Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss Murder in Three Acts, starring Peter Ustinov, Tony Curtis, and Emma Sams, and directed by Gary Nelson. Let's get straight into this, shall we? Because I am just looking forward to the announcement after this. In Acapulco, Hercule Poirot, returned by Peter Ustinov, just arrived from the airport and tours around with Hastings and tells Hercule about Charles Cartwright, played by Tony Curtis, until they almost get in an accident with Egg, played by Emma Sams. And the movie is gorgeously shot as we follow as to Charles Mansion, with other guests, and all of this is familiar, but set in a different country with a different story, as we're introduced to Angela Stafford in Doctor Strange, and yes, that's his name, I'm not referring to the comic book character, and so many others, and I'm thinking I'm never understanding the dialogue, but the shots are good, admittedly. The dinner party scene in my mind will be the moment someone gets murdered, and it happens so early as Revenue Bombington dies, getting poisoned by his drink and taken to the hospital, and Charles talks with Hercule and Hastings about how it happened, and Hercule thinks it was murder, and the character does have good judgment. It's just the movie makes him more stupid than he was ever before, as he tells everyone it wasn't murder. And next thing you know, Charles wants to sell the place, which isn't a bad idea, bad time, which isn't that a bad time. Someone got murdered in his own place, and he says he wants to escape, and I'm betting he's up to something. Hercule goes to Los Angeles for 2 weeks until he gets a call from Egg about what happened at the party, and Hercule is being kind of a jerk about it. Maybe it's because he was asked to not say anything by Charles, and now I'm thinking I don't like this character anymore, but because he's jerkish. As he gets a call, Doctor Strange dies out of the blue, and this must be another TV movie because it moves like a TV movie, like last time, and that was what to me very problematic. Hercule returns to Acapulco. Yeah, that's right. After he finds out about Doctor Strange and comes by to visit a friend of his whom I can't remember the name of, but Egg is suspicious about the murder, and she's led to believe it was the butler named Carlos, while Hercule asks him about Doctor Strange's murder, and he looks like he's up to something along with another butler that he was watching them as Carlos is questioned by Hercule, and I'm honestly about to snooze off as I'm very bored. Hercule and Hastings are trapped in a cave which doesn't feel a part of the story and bumps into Rosa, who's another butler, and asks her who it was, and she says her boyfriend, who I don't remember his name, either but for the best. Egg was getting on my skin because she's spitting things into Hercule's face like it's about her mystery, and I'm thinking, is she talking? Would you shut up and let Hercule do his job? Just, she bugs me. Hercule brings everyone together and tests on Charles, and Egg thinks Hercule did it, as he tells everyone it was an act, until Hercule gets an important telegram from Doctor Strange's murder, and Egg and Ricardo talk with him about the confession, and gets a call from Hastings as someone is accused, when he figures out who did it and call everyone to Charles's place. And as we find out, it was a woman who lived with Charles along with Charles himself, and I wasn't satisfied with this climax. It's just, as a murder mystery, it doesn't make sense. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 4.7 out of 10. It was beautifully shot, but unfortunately I was bored, and it was very hard to understand who is who or what it's saying. And I don't care for Hercule anymore at this point because he felt like a jerkish character, and I'm just not satisfied anymore by the series. And if there weren't for one more before the remake, I would have jumped off ship at this point. Speaking of which, my announcement is, because they pushed it back to Christmas of Death in the Nile, I figured I'll just wait for Appointment with Death when we get closer, and the remake of Murder on the Orient Express. So, I'll talk to you guys by that time. In December, I think, is when it'll be. Hopefully, if COVID can get its shit together. Forgive me for saying that. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and I will be back in a couple of months with Appointment with Death or the remake of Murder on the Orient Express. I don't know which way it's going to go. And until next time, it's time to solve a murder.